She's not gone the way you think she is. If she were truly done, you wouldn't still feel her presence in the silence. There's a strange space between ending and returning. Most people miss it because they're too busy reacting, double texting, over-explaining, trying to force closure. But when a woman is quietly thinking about coming back, it doesn't look dramatic. It looks subtle, controlled, almost invisible. The first quiet sign is emotional restraint. When a woman has fully detached, her tone changes permanently. It becomes flat, distant, mechanical. But if she's thinking about returning, you'll notice something different. She'll hold back sharp words. She'll avoid burning the bridge. Even when she's upset, she won't cross certain lines. That's not weakness. That's preservation. She's protecting an option. The second sign is delayed but consistent engagement. She may not text first. She may not call. But when you reach out, she responds. Not instantly, not eagerly, but thoughtfully. There's substance in her replies, questions, curiosity. If someone is truly done, they make it effortless for you to fade away. Effort, even minimal effort, means mental space. The third sign is controlled visibility. Watch her behavior online. She's not flooding your feed with obvious signals, but she hasn't erased you either. She still watches your stories, occasionally reacts, maybe even posts in a way that feels intentional, not desperate, just aware. When a woman wants you completely out of her life, she removes the window. If the window is still open, she's still looking through it. And here's what most people misunderstand. Thinking about returning doesn't mean she's ready yet. It means she's evaluating. Women process relationships internally long before they speak externally. While you're assuming silence means indifference, she may be replaying conversations in her mind, questioning whether walking away solved anything. Another quiet sign, she brings up shared memories in neutral ways. A song, a restaurant, a joke only you two understood. She doesn't frame it romantically. She doesn't make it dramatic. She simply references it. That's not accidental. Nostalgia is emotional testing. She's measuring how it feels to revisit us without fully stepping back in. Pay attention to timing. If she reaches out during emotionally significant moments, holidays, birthdays, stressful days, that's attachment resurfacing. People don't seek comfort from someone they've erased. They seek comfort from someone who still feels safe. Here's the truth most won't tell you. When a woman is thinking about returning, she becomes observant. She watches how you handle the distance. Are you spiraling, begging, posting emotional quotes? Or are you steady, improving, calm? Your response to separation becomes part of her decision. You don't attract someone back by chasing their shadow. You attract them back by becoming someone they feel curious about again. And if she's quiet but still present, still respectful, still watching, that silence isn't emptiness, it's consideration. The fifth quiet sign is subtle jealousy, but not the loud, dramatic kind. It's controlled, measured, almost disguised. She won't interrogate you, she won't accuse you. But if another woman's name comes up, watch her energy shift. Her questions become slightly sharper. Her tone tightens for just a second. Then she corrects herself. That micro-reaction tells you something powerful. She still feels a sense of emotional territory. When a woman is completely detached, your dating life becomes irrelevant to her. It doesn't stir anything. But when she's thinking about returning, the idea of you moving on activates reflection. Not because she wants to control you, but because she's confronting the possibility of losing access permanently. The sixth sign is unexpected vulnerability. Maybe she casually admits she's been stressed. Maybe she mentions she hasn't been sleeping well. Maybe she opens up about something personal that has nothing to do with the relationship. That's emotional trust peeking through. Women don't expose softness to men they've mentally erased. Vulnerability is an investment. Even small doses matter. Another quiet indicator is when she asks about your growth, not in a confrontational way, not to criticize, but with curiosity. How have you been? Are you still working on that project? Have you been going to the gym? Those aren't surface questions. She's assessing trajectory. She wants to know if the version of you she left is still the same or evolving. Here's something deeper most people ignore. When she mirrors your emotional tone. If you're calm, she's calm. If you're respectful, she softens. That mirroring means emotional alignment hasn't broken. When someone is done, they stop syncing with you. Emotional mirroring is subconscious connection. The eighth sign is strategic distance, not disappearance. There's a difference. Disappearance is cutting contact completely. Strategic distance is stepping back while leaving the door unlocked. She may take longer to reply. She may limit conversations, but she never fully shuts it down. Why? Because she's creating space to think, not space to forget. You have to understand female psychology at a mature level. Women don't usually return because of pressure. They return because of contrast. When the space allows her to feel your absence and your growth, that contrast becomes powerful. She starts comparing how she felt with you versus how she feels without you. Another sign is when mutual friends become quiet messengers. Maybe someone tells you she asked about you. Maybe she casually mentioned your name in conversation. That's not random. When someone is done, they avoid even indirect references. Curiosity through third parties means she's observing from a safe emotional distance. And here's the part that requires emotional discipline from you. She may test your stability. A short reply, a delayed response, a neutral tone. She's watching how you react. Do you become reactive, defensive, cold, or do you remain grounded? Because when a woman is thinking about returning, she's not just asking, do I miss him? She's asking, is it safe to re-enter his world? Safety isn't about perfection. It's about emotional control, strength without hostility, confidence without ego. When she senses that shift in you, her thinking becomes more serious. The idea of coming back stops being a fantasy and starts becoming a possibility. The ninth quiet sign is emotional timing. When she reaches out, it's never random. It often happens when your absence has had time to settle in. Weeks pass, maybe months, and just when you've stopped expecting it, a message appears. Casual, simple. Hey, I hope you're doing well. That's not impulse. That's contemplation, reaching a threshold. Women rarely act on sudden emotion when it comes to returning. They act after internal debate, after pride battles with longing, after logic tries to overpower memory. When she finally breaks silence, it means the thought of you hasn't faded. It's intensified quietly. Another sign is when she reframes the past. Listen carefully to how she talks about what happened. If she once blamed everything on you but now says, "We both made mistakes," that shift matters. Accountability, even partial, signals emotional maturity and reconsideration. When someone is done, they lock the narrative. When they're thinking of returning, they soften it. There's also the sign of comfort, resurfacing. She may slip into familiar language, old nicknames, inside humor, a tone that feels like the past for a brief moment. That comfort isn't accidental. It means her nervous system still associates you with familiarity. And familiarity is powerful. It lowers defenses. Pay attention if she seeks your opinion again. Not about the relationship, but about life, career decisions, family situations, personal dilemmas. When a woman values your perspective, it means she still respects your mind. Respect is foundational. Without it, attraction doesn't survive. If she's inviting your guidance, she hasn't erased your role in her life. Now here's something subtle but critical. She becomes more balanced in communication, not overly emotional, not cold, measured. That balance suggests she's regulating herself because she's aware of the stakes. When a woman doesn't care, she doesn't regulate. She either disappears or becomes blunt. Regulation means intention. You may also notice she responds more quickly than before. Not instantly every time, but consistently. Priority is revealed in patterns, not grand gestures. If she makes time for conversation despite a busy schedule, she's allocating mental space to you. And here's the part that challenges you. She may not admit any of this directly. Pride exists, fear exists, the fear of being rejected, the fear of repeating pain. So instead of declarations, you'll see small bridges being built. A compliment, a supportive message, a thoughtful question. These are emotional probes. She's asking without asking, what version of us would exist now? Your job isn't to force the answer. It's to show stability, growth, emotional maturity. Because when she senses that the dynamic could be different, healthier, calmer, That's when thinking transforms into movement. Most men panic during this phase. They rush. They confess feelings too early. They push for clarity. But pressure collapses possibility. Patience expands it. If she's revisiting you mentally, she's already fighting her own pride. Don't make her fight yours too. The quiet signs aren't loud confessions. They're controlled openings. And only those who are emotionally disciplined enough will recognize them before it's too late. The 10th quiet sign is emotional availability increasing in small increments. Not dramatic confessions, not sudden promises, just slightly longer conversations, slightly warmer responses, a little more presence than before. Emotional reconnection rarely happens in a single moment. It happens in layers. If each interaction feels a little lighter, a little easier, that's progress unfolding quietly. Another sign is when she initiates without a clear reason. No emergency, no practical question, just a simple message to connect. That shift from reactive to proactive communication is powerful. When a woman begins reaching out on her own, it means you're no longer just responding to her thoughts, you're creating them. You may also notice she references the future in subtle ways, not necessarily about the relationship, but about events, plans, possibilities that include you in the conversation. You'd like that place. Maybe you should check that out. The language becomes inclusive again. That's not accidental. It signals that she's imagining you existing in her world beyond the present moment. There's also softness in her energy, less defensiveness, less tension. When emotional walls begin lowering, tone changes first. The guarded edge fades, humor returns, playfulness reappears. That's comfort rebuilding itself. Here's something even deeper. She starts respecting your boundaries more than before. If you're busy, she understands. If you don't respond immediately, she doesn't react negatively. That emotional composure suggests she's learned something from the separation. Growth on her side is just as important as growth on yours. And then there's consistency. The most powerful sign of all, not intensity, not passion, consistency. If she continues showing up calmly, steadily, that means her thinking isn't temporary. It's intentional. But here's the truth you must understand. Her thinking about returning is only half the equation. The other half is you. Have you grown? Have you reflected? Have you strengthened emotionally? Because if she senses the same instability, the same patterns, the same reactive energy, hesitation will replace curiosity. People don't return to what hurt them. They return to what evolved. This is where most lose the opportunity. They mistake attention for commitment. They rush for reassurance. They demand clarity too soon. But real reconnection requires space to breathe. If she's showing these quiet signs, your power lies in calm confidence. Keep improving. Keep building. Keep living a life that doesn't revolve around waiting. Attraction grows strongest when she sees that you value yourself enough not to cling. Now I want you to be honest with yourself. Out of these signs, how many have you noticed in her behavior recently? Comment the number below and tell me, are you responding with patience or are you reacting with fear? If this opened your eyes, like the video, subscribe for deeper psychological truths and share it with someone who needs clarity instead of confusion. Because sometimes the difference between losing someone forever and welcoming them back is emotional discipline.